May I request Mr. Somani to please give us company on stage for another few minutes and present his address to the audience. Thank you, gentlemen.
Can I have the presentation on? So good afternoon. I'm not going to bore you with a typical presentation on the company and on ceramics, particularly tiles. I'll just take you through, broken my presentation into three parts. One is the journey of ceramic tiles and what we have in store for you for the next decade for tiles, and then how ceramics surround us, but yet we take it for granted. The first tile was made in 14,000 BC, which was found in India and in Mesopotamia. I'm going to cut to 1900s soon after that. I think the tiles, a lot happened in between, which we can go on and on about. But what is significant to us is the technology moved from wherever it was to England, and we had England at the helm of the ceramic technology. 1980s it moved to Germany and Italy, and then in 1990s to 2000 it became an Italian hub, and I think it was virtually a monopoly where Italians controlled the entire technology of our industry. In 2000 onwards, Italy and China have both taken a lead, although having said that, from an efficiency point of view, Italy still is the leader as far as tile making is concerned. Now, fast-tracking manufacturing, just to go through as to what happened between 1960s and until now. We had presses, so a tile is made from a hydraulic press, and we had presses which could not exceed 400 tons, and the sizes would be restricted to 4 inches by 4 inches, 8 inches by 4 inches, and 6 inches by 6 inches, which all of us in this room have used or have been witness to an application of these presses. If you look at the bottom picture, the presses today have gone to 10,000 tons from 400 tons in 50 years. And what this has done is that a 4-inch by 4-inch tile, today we can attain a 1 meter by 3 meter tile. And that's been the transition so quickly as far as hydraulic presses are concerned. Similarly, in kilns, we used to have batch kilns, which we all use till date when we fire our crockery, and then we moved into shuttle kilns, which would take about 24 hours for the tile to get in from one side and get out of the other. So if there was something going wrong, we wouldn't know. That entire batch in 24 hours would be something which we would just throw away. Today, we have these roller kilns, which from one end to the other end of the kiln, approximately 250 meters long, takes only 30 minutes. So if anything had to go wrong, we know within 30 minutes as to what's going wrong as far as the tile is concerned. Similarly, printing. This is the most important thing, which is what you see as consumers, as architects, as buyers. The printing technology in these screens went from a flat printing technology, which is similar to what we use in our garment manufacturing. It was silk screens. You would expose the screens, and then with a squeegee you would print the tiles. Very, very low DPI as far as so in certain words, it was more like the CRT TV which we all used. And cut to today, from the CRT TVs which we used, we went into the plasmas, which is the laser jet printing machine, and now the digital printing machines, which is probably today's most advancing printing technology, very similar to what we do at home. The laser jet printer which we had home is a smaller printer where we take a photograph on a computer, on our Photoshops, and press a print button, and we put in a paper. You put in one paper, it prints in one paper. You put in 100 papers, it prints in 100 papers. So the same thing what we do here is we take in a photograph, and we can now scan 50 square meters of marble for the variety and Photoshop that 50 square meters of marble which has been, or any stone for that matter, wood also, put it on a Photoshop, press the print button. Instead of paper, we're putting in tiles into these printing machines. So it works exactly the same as a laser jet printing machine which you use at home on a daily basis. Now this is a technology which all of us have got. It's a question of getting technology, and it's a question of mastering it. So today, again I take the example of a TV. You have a top-end LED TV, but would you buy a TCL? No, you wouldn't. You would buy a Samsung, you would buy a Sony. So all the industry has this particular technology, but a few of us have mastered it, and therefore we get the recognition for the brand, what we do. So it's not a technology which is alien to anybody. It's pretty much there across the market. As a result, we at Somany make a better tile. We've imbibed all these technologies, the best of presses. We're a 43-year-old company, but the average age of machinery with us is under 5 years. So that's how much we've modernized in our factories. And not only me, and I talk for the industry, the top 2-3 brands have done the same in the Indian industry. VC Shield is a product. This is a patented product, the only patented product in India, which is a high abrasion resistant tile. Slip Shield, something of which is, there is a example of both of these at the back. It's the only, again, patent applied for product, which is truly a slip resistant product. It's very different from what we used to produce earlier. Industrial tiles, the active tiles from Somany, the germ-free tiles, and various other large format tiles, from being vitrified to the glaze vitrified, glossy wall tiles, floor tiles, all of it. Sanitary ware and CP fittings. This is the newest venture as far as we're concerned. So this is it for Somany. I would now like to take you through what tiles are available. Some of them are available commercially. Some of them are available already as we speak. Some of them will be available maybe in the next couple of years. There is something which was experimented in France, kinetic tiles. There were chips embedded in the glaze of the tile. Glaze is the top surface which you see as consumers. It's basically a glass layer. So they've been able to, again, it's a patented product. This is not commercially available. What they have done is they've put in chips on the tile, and every time you cycle or walk, or anything for that matter, any kinetic energy flows in to a battery. That kinetic energy is stored in a battery, and in the evening you could do street lighting or whatever so. So this is something which has already been tested. Unfortunately in India we don't have any footpaths, but if we did, we could have saved a lot of electricity with these kinetic tiles whenever it does get commercially available. And when I say that, I think in the next couple of years it will become extremely cost effective to buy one of these products. Like Karan said, that 51 crores he saved for the Bihar government, or he would save the same thing. You would save a lot of money. So the investment would be much like an LED bulb which we put, so much more expensive than an incandescent bulb, but then you are looking at your payback over time. Solar tiles, this is another tile which is not meant for India really particularly. Again, it's been wired. This is available commercially. It's for the very cold countries where all of you being architects, you know air conditioning is much cheaper than heating. So this is for those very cold countries where the facades are made of tiles. They have a solar chip. The solar chip is wired to the bricks, and they are heating the bricks with solar energy to a certain extent, thus reducing the heating cost of that building. So this is commercially available from a couple of Italian manufacturers. Active tiles, we looked at green. This is a tile which breathes. So in a way, so to say, in a room like this, every 25 square meters of this tile, which comes from Italy, is acting like one full-grown tree. So it is taking the nitrogen out of the atmosphere and making the oxygen that much richer. It's called active. So if you go and Google active tiles Italy, you will get enough info on this. We happen to have an agency for this, and we are distributing these tiles. Extremely expensive currently, but commercially available. So if somebody wants to do this, especially for schools, operation theaters, it's a great option. Translucent tiles. So we've been able to make all kinds of products. We've been able to copy wood, we've been able to copy marble, we've been able to copy pretty much everything which your eye could see. But what we were not able to do is get an onyx, where you can actually light up these stones from behind and make it that much more beautiful. So translucent tiles is something which we're working on as an industry, and it's a question of another couple of years where you would have a tile which you could light from the back. And so you could have a tabletop which is no longer a marble or no longer a wood. You could have a tile tabletop. Like I said, 1 meter by 3 meter is anyway available. Imagine if it was translucent. So I think the point I'm trying to make is that the ceramic technology within the tiles is going from unimaginable, it's going into unimaginable areas, and God knows what else we are going to see from tiles going forward. We couldn't have imagined of any of this. Much like any other industry in India, unfortunately Indians as an industry are penalized to do R&D, and we are not given any depreciation on that. So therefore, the industry as a whole in India spends less than 2% on R&D, whereas in Italy, they're spending more than 25% of the revenue on R&D, and therefore, obviously, they are leaders. So this is as far as the tile is concerned. Let's go a little beyond tiles. How we are surrounded by tiles, how we are surrounded by ceramics, and we just don't notice it. So I would like you to see as to how we take ceramics for granted. Frankly, none of us can live without ceramics in our lives. Mobile phones. All your mobile phones have the most critical element, which is the aerial, which is getting you the signals from a tower, and that's a ceramic chip. That's a ceramic aerial. If it wasn't for ceramics, you would not have the mobile phones today. Every single mobile phone's aerial, whether visible, earlier for phones it was visible, now obviously it's not, but inside there is a ceramic chip in the mobile phone. Microwave ovens. You all know it's a great conductor of heat. Microwave ovens, each and every single microwave oven, if it wasn't for ceramics, you would have a microwave oven as large as a refrigerator. Obviously we won't use it. So it's the ceramics which we have been able to make it compact, and I think it cannot get more compact because your dish won't go in any further. So therefore, we've already attained what we needed to, but with a ceramic element inside. Cars, it goes on and on and on. But the most important thing I would like to bring to your notice is the brakes. Cars are getting faster, but how do you stop them once you're at 200 kilometers an hour? The only way to stop it is a ceramic brake. If it wasn't for a ceramic brake, you would not have that 200 to 0 in the number of seconds which you want before you died. So it's the ceramic brake which is getting into all of these automobiles and all of these other areas. So point I'm trying to make here is ceramic even in cars. Military, we've all heard of Kevlar jackets. The best jackets, the best bulletproof jackets are now made of ceramics. All tips of all missiles are ceramics. Around us, so this is advanced ceramics, but ceramics are all around us. We have sculptures, you have pottery, you have dishes, you have knives, the best of ceramic, the best of knives in the world. In fact, all the Japanese lovers here, all the Japanese sushi knives are all ceramics. The most expensive scissors and knives are ceramics. Jewelry, lighters, the element which is between you and your smoke is a ceramic chip, a ceramic bit. That is what is lighting the fire. Watches, all of the crystals on the watch are ceramic. Desktops, laptops, televisions, air conditioners, all these guys with the air conditioner guys keep talking of various kind of filters. The most important filter is a ceramic filter. So all of which they do, 5-stage filters, God knows what all they talk, but there is one ceramic filter within that. Very important. We all, God willing, this shouldn't happen, but if it does, if we do break a bone here and there, the only way, the most effective way to get your ball and socket or to change a particular bone in your body is a ceramic ball and socket or a ceramic knee. Like I said, it's one product which doesn't rust. It's one product which is an excellent conductor of heat, and various other properties which make this the preferred material. One of the most expensive, but it's the preferred material as far as medical science is also concerned. So, like I said, you look at anywhere, I could go on with 20 other examples as to how ceramics surround us, but I think mobile, medical, cars, and microwaves and TVs is good enough an example for you where I have made my point that how we take this particular product for granted. And believe you me, the most amount of advancement which is happening apart from IT and medical which we hear about is in the field of ceramic, and somewhere or the other it is being used to enhance and make our lives better and better and better. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Last but not the least, I would like to talk a little bit about our CSR initiative. We do this as a passion, and it's my passion, and no presentation I finish without this. So we do this as our CSR activity where we are training masons. In India, we have 350 million people who are employable and or are employed. So unless we bring more skill sets, unless we train more people, we're going nowhere. And these blue-collar jobs is something which we all require. So we're training masons. We've trained about 3,000 masons. It's 100% free. Any of the builders here, any of the architects here, any of the contractors here, please take us on. We give a 3-day training, and we guarantee that we will save you 25% of your material used, which is cement or adhesive. We guarantee you 50% of your wastage in tile would reduce. We guarantee you 25% increase in efficiency of the mason. And what satisfies me most is that 10,000 rupees is what the mason takes home. If I can increase his efficiency by 25% with a guarantee, that's 2,500 rupees for him, which he takes home per month. For you and me, it wouldn't be even one dish on the dinner table, but for him, it's straight to his pocket. So the kind of satisfaction we get when we hear of success stories where all these masons are so happy with taking this training, now it's a question of, relentlessly going after them and retraining them, because it's very easily forgotten in the interest of many things. But this is something which we've been doing and we're very proud of. Unfortunately, in the industry, we're the only one who's doing this. We've been reaching out to people, a lot of other industry guys to, do the same, but with deaf ears. But we are relentlessly doing it. There's never enough. Please take us on. It's like I said, it's 100% CSR. There's enough knowledge on the website. You could contact me. You could contact also. There's one Mr. Satinder Gautam in our audience here who spearheads this with his team. So that is for the Tile Master program. I wouldn't take too much of your time. Those are some of the equipment. So please take it on. Thank you.